My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Curse the Dead Gods. We have some spicy options directly ahead of us. Over here we have, yes, of course, the double affix modifiers here. I mean, this does give us the ability to just find a weapon early on and then try and focus heavily around it. It's not a bad possibility. We also do have Abnegation as well as Desperation's Flail and a Titan Slayer here. A little less jazzed about those. And then finally our Wind Fury Pike, Chromatic Knives, and Alchemist's Fire Stick. I'm leaning towards the Heartseeker's Teeth of Death and the Flagellation as well, actually. Negative damage in light, negative damage against uninjured enemies. So we can avoid both of those quite quickly. You know what? Yeah, let's take it. Then do I want to change any of these just yet, or am I still going to hold out for upgrades of each of these? Do I have any new weapons? Not just yet. Alright, I think it's just time to jump in. Alright, Path to Insanity, you've taken me down multiple times before, but now is the time that I take you down multiple times thereafter. We'll start over here on the left so that we can try and get a weapon in the secondary room. It's possible we get to pay with it rather, with just money, especially if we happen to get all of these greed kills. But if I need to, I will spend blood on it. If need be, I will accommodate. Okay. Get the perfect seating position, because we all know that a good game begins with sitting well. Alright. Let's go. Whip out the lights so that I don't have decreased damage for the entirety of this room. I don't really know why I decided to roll towards that, but I did. Okay, let's quickly pick this up first, just in case it's relevant. It isn't, but I'm glad to have it anyway. I mean, it's negative 20%, negative 30% damage while in the light. Yeah, so I want to open my fights with the ranged weapon and then swap to the wit thereafter. And I also want to make sure that I'm never fighting in light, because both of them have negative modifiers. Or rather, one of them has a negative modifier to when I'm fighting in light. The other one has a positive modifier to when I'm fighting in darkness. Nice. Ooh, 3 perception. Not half mad about that. Back up, get myself some space. Beautiful. We're keeping all of our greed kills so far. It's still by far the most important thing that I can accomplish is keeping these open. Beautiful. Is there another enemy down here or loot? There's loot, no enemy though. I mean, we're most of the way to being able to afford the highest quality weapon. Okay. This is a great room for us right now. It represents an incredible ability for us to rack up a bunch of greed kills, get a bunch of money from slaying a bunch of enemies. It's worth noting, we're also increasing our damage while we increase our greed kills here. Oh, nice. Avoided the poison myself. But yeah, we're increasing our damage while we increase our greed kills here. We're doing 24% more damage at all times right now. Oh, you are actually freaking kidding me. Holy heck. This is doubling its effect, so it's plus 60% damage against elites, champions, and bosses. It's I mean, the other ones aren't actually great for it, but it is plus 60% damage against elite champions and bosses. And champions are definitely the worst thing for us. Extra damage in the light. Let's do it. I may even end up replacing my main weapon with a claw. I don't know. Could be fun. We're not going to be offhand critting with this a lot because we're using a ranged forehand. That's what they call it, the forehand. Not the main hand, the forehand. So yeah, that's going to limit the input of that one there for us, unfortunately. Beauty. Stab! Got him. Ooh. 2% more damage per 1,000 gold carried. Oh my god! Almost got caught out without stamina there by that vermin. Thank heck we weren't. Because these greed kills really matter. So does the damage from these greed kills. Still really, really important. A lot of the time, that's taking us to only needing a single cycle of the Heart Seekers against an enemy in order to kill them. And there's a huge difference between a single cycle combo against an enemy and 2 cycles of a combo against an enemy. And that difference is 1 cycle of a combo against an enemy. I knew I could bait you to revealing your back to me if I got you to parry. Nice. I also knew Heartseekers were doing less damage there, so I wanted to swap out my weapon. Each greed kill restores 1% max HP. Wow, if I could get just a little bit more money and take that, I would be really jazzed about it. I think I actually just take the Gleaming Sapphire, though. So it's not going to be a huge amount of damage for us ever. However, it is perception. And perception is damage. It's 2 perception for having bought something. It's the 2 perception that was attached to it. And then, you know, incidentally, it may at some point give us one of the other benefits too. You know? Beautiful. I'm limiting a lot of my own movement if I continually use the dagger there. Perfect. One down. Make sure I stay a safe distance from the vermin, because that would be the worst way to lose this. Nice. Just increase the base level of the ceremonial dagger. Feels like the correct direction for us. Increase it another time as well in the next room. I may have to pay for this one with blood. Despite my absolute level best efforts. Ooh, some flames now can't be lit and they burn with a dark light. That's going to make the Heartseekers a little better by base in some of these rooms. Man, this game is running so much smoother. I didn't even know it could be smooth. Well, I mean, it's probably not running smoother. It's probably just that I'm using a 144 Hertz monitor and I never used a 144 Hertz monitor before. It's quite the upgrade. I was not prepared for how everything would look. So smooth. Oh. But good room. Still probably going to have to pay with blood, though. Yeah, it looks like it does want me to pay with blood. Maybe I still increase the level of the Heartseekers then. Because I can just buy this one outright. And it's a good weapon. It's not bad. And I need to use it to start peppering down enemies occasionally as well. You know what? Yeah, Heartseekers, get an upgrade. Why did you hang on and get an upgrade though? Attributes are a lot cheaper. That's the decision being made here. This one's probably easier for us to get the greed kill for. Oh man, absolutely murdered. What do you got down here for us? Plus 15% critical damage? Great. We do try and get behind bosses a lot of the time. We have automatic crits with the dagger, should we attack them from behind as well. So, a couple different reasons to expect that we should be able to get a decent amount of value out of that. Let's get some poison on you, and then stagger. Beautiful. The amount of perception that we've picked up over the course of the first floor here actually also gives me hope that those gleaming sapphires might be useful later on. If we end up with enough perception, we might just carry a surplus of 10k gold. It doesn't even have to be 10k. It can be 5k, and then I'm getting 20% out of the two relics combined. 40% if I get to the 10. With the Heartseekers, I might actually be able to keep the... Okay. This is going to require all of my focus. My god. Yeah, there we go. It's fine. We lost it. We lost the greed kills. That's okay. I kind of expect it to happen in this fight because it just zones you so hard. Uh-huh. Like, I can get some perfect rolls over while the enemy is attacking with some of their patterns, but not all of them. Okay, never mind. I was going to lose it there anyway. Fortunately, I'm not really dealing much damage because the enemy is constantly in light here. Okay. Nice try to give us the old ket yam yam there. Speaking of giving us the old ket yam yam there, any chance you'll give us the old ket yam yarn here? But like, give us the handle, not the business end, you know what I mean? Got him. They're on fire. They died. Yeah, I took a single hit in the fight and I lost my greed, but those were different instances from one another, that is. All right, we've lost Shadow Flame. 10% of critical damage heals you. Yes. Negative 30% to blood offering costs. It's up against 3 decks. With the amount of perception I already have, I'm taking the 3 decks. I'm still going to want to hit both upgrades. It's entirely possible I do have to pay for one of them with blood, though. Not too threatened by that, though. In fact, quite comfortable with it. 2, 3. 1, 2. Ooh. I gotta say, I'm really liking how he handled that fight so far. Ooh. 6 perception. Yeah, I'm taking that over the -10 to blood offering cost. Even though I'm probably about to use the blood offering cost, I still think that's probably the correct play for us. Alright, ceremonial dagger. Get an upgrade, eh? Come on. Trapped chests. That's my call. Fungal awareness. Dang. Well, I mean, it's easier for us to set off the spike traps now, at least. I have a hammer, so I can knock down that wall myself. Oh my god, both of them blew up in that single hit. Oh, nice try. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the corruption there. I don't really have much corruption anti-attrition right now, so I'll... Excuse me? That was just rude. It's not Spike. Yeah, Spike's mushroom isn't making that trap trackers better. Guess I just rolled along the side of it. Ugh, that's really annoying. Oh well. It is what it is. Definitely still worth working on positioning. Just rolling around the other side of the enemy there made that so much simpler for us. One of the best ways to accomplish that is what we just did, which is having the enemy... We'll consider that later. One of the best ways to do that is having the enemy attack forwards if they have any sort of lunge, and then just rolling past them and then striking them backwards. Really good way to make sure you get that crit damage. Honestly, lowering the gold offering cost is probably worth the 15 crit there. We're going to end up wanting to upgrade that 15 crit relic anyway. And heck, we might even do so here. Not with any of those, though. +1 level on the secondary weapon. Well... Well... Ceremonial Dagger gets up to level 5 now. Let's go Addy Addy again. We're going to have to keep up greed kills if we want to be able to buy this, this stat guaranteed. Okay. You knock that down, Claw. So this would give us the plus 20% base damage, but then I lose 15% in light, I lose 30% against elite champions and bosses, and I lose my heart seekers, so not super keen on that. But I can transmute it into myself, which I don't need. But we've done it. I love when you can just kind of power through a room like that. Just making sure there's not gold down there that I need to pick up. Obviously, I have to stay away from those. Those fungal are awareness. Perfect conjugation of all of those words. Whoa! Using the traps to our advantage there. Maybe a bit corruption, definitely. I dropped the bow there because I already have a ranged weapon in the Heartseekers. They already have a reasonable range as well. Because they are specifically the Heartseekers, which have increased range as well as with piercing. Which, that's basically the value of a bow right there. So why do I want to stay with a heavy weapon? Open in secret still. It's still deeply relevant to us. There's no way I can just, like... Yeah, of course not. It still worked out pretty dang well, though. That gives us 2 corruption for turning it down. 2 corruption, sorry. 2 constitution for turning it down. Gives us 3 constitution as well as 10% lower blood costs. Should I have picked it up? So yeah, that was a huge amount of value in not taking that. Speaking of a huge amount of value in not taking that, we'll keep our Bloodseeker. And speaking of wanting to be able to use heavy weapons to knock down doors like that, we'll use a heavy weapon to knock down a door like that. I feel like I'm pretty straightforward. Although now we're just getting a bunch of things that I don't want. Yay! I didn't think I was close enough for the far ones to fire at me. That's so rude. Well, at least I still can afford my next stats, so... It's not like it's gonna... ruin me, but... all missing gold is pretty bad for us right now. Specifically as a result of having those gleaming sapphires. Tomok and Sashal's favors picked up. I'm probably just going to buy the cheapest weapon in the next room. Because perception costs still matter a lot to me. That's all good. There we go. That's the roll behind them after they do a lunge attack move. I mean, that's a heavy weapon. Gold offerings removing corruption is nice, but doing it for only 5 is not. %2 base damage per point of perception. Wow. It's actually not it's not a bad shield right there. It's just not a bad shield. It's still gonna be Storm's Bulwark and then put it down, but the other is not a bad shield. Definitely going for the upgrade. And unless I can buy the Heartseeker one, and I would be amazed if I could buy the Heartseeker one, we're gonna do another blood. That is... destroying an enemy has a chance to trigger an earthquake. I feel like we've just experienced what an earthquake is. I feel like that was something that I had learned prior and had since forgotten. Ooh. Nice! Made our way out of that. I was actually quite scared near the end there. Quite scared. 481. I wouldn't be surprised if I could actually buy one. Yeah. Buy it on the Ceremonial Dagger. Naturalish. We're still going to be attempting, despite the fact that we have 21, we're still going to be attempting to try and parry in the champion fight up here. Because if we can parry them, weaken them, stand behind them, and then crit them, we're going to just deal so many cycles worth of damage. Like that. That's so annoying. It's the one attack I can't parry. No! Thank you. Well, I'm gonna need to crit a lot of enemies so I can gain back all my HP, but... I'm gonna get rid of death throws because that's just another thing that I have to dodge a lot of the time. 24% max HP. Pretty good weapon. 4 perception, definitely. Yeah, it's the other... Yeah, the other one is so much higher, so much more damage, despite the fact that it has offhand crits on this. I'm taking the health. I don't want to go into a new room, just mess up immediately, and then die. I don't want any of my mistakes to be fatal. If I'm only ever getting one upgrade, I might as well go on this path. More stats. More chances for more perception. I am more than happy to loot as much of this as I need. And I need to loot as much of this as I can. Savvy? Beautiful. One more down, and then... That'll get the rest of it. Beautiful. Extra damage from maces. I'm taking the money there. It's also had 5 decks on it, but ultimately we're a perception gamer right now. Speaking of being a perception gamer, negative 20 to gold offering cost, as well as plus 6 perception. That'll replace the Charles Pendant now. Ah, there we go. Got that counter hit on him. Beautiful. Whew. What do you got? Extra damage for claws, 4 perception. Yeah, I gotta turn that down. Definitely go for the relic. We have a lot of rerolls left. I feel pretty confident right now, but don't want to count my chickens. Ever. I don't want to know how many chickens I have. Ah! I had to roll for the... Butts. Just farmed so much HP off that enemy. 31 by 4, so what? That's 93... 124. Wild. Oh my god. We've got a whole thing going right now of only critting from behind and getting the healing. Oh, except for that last hit there. 200% of the greed time limit. I would have gone buck wild for that earlier. Don't want it anymore. I think it was World Corruption there, definitely. A bit more gold as well as freedom. Did we? I think we did. Oh, we avoided all consequences from that room. Plus 15 crit. That is really good. So that 5 dex is already worth having 5,000 gold with the Gleaming Sapphire, but also the crit on top of it makes it pretty easily the correct choice there for us. Plus 1 level on main weapon. I don't think so. I think we're past the main weapon. 35 on lightning attacks, extra in darkness. No, thank you. Hard no on all of those. Oh, Gleaming Sapphire is a great pickup here, and in fact, it probably replaces the other Gleaming Sapphire. Comes with 9 perception as well as 6% base per 1,000 gold carried. I may even just pay blood for the final upgrade, because the final upgrade is going to cost like 7k right now. And if I pay blood for it, I can save myself a lot of damage. Mind, it's not saving me from taking that damage, it's saving that damage so that I may deal it to other people. Yeah, again, lower our corruption. Yeah, I'll do whatever the heck I need to there, thank you. Trying to move around as safely as is possible. See if there's anything I've missed. Does not appear to be. And I also appear to have devised the correct path to walk along, should I not want to interact with any of the traps in that room. Speaking of devising the correct path to walk along to not interact with any of the traps in that room, this room. Get my stamina back before I continue up here. I've been punked too many times. It's 18% damage they're offering us right there. But 6 perception is also 18% damage. Yachts, so Dex only serves as damage, whereas perception, sorry. I keep saying the wrong name. Dex only serves right now to give us damage, whereas Perception only serves to give us damage and also gold gain and also more treasure find. And it's also worth noting that the Dex there can be instead transmuted into HP, so it is more valuable in that direction. Savvy? Saying that a lot. Words of the day, apparently. Definitely lower the corruption there. Extra damage for throwing weapons. If Heartseekers were the main point of this run, maybe. But they aren't. That feels like that's progression right there, but it also feels like it's progression up in this direction. Guess we just have to decide how we want a progression. Let's take the one that cuts back in. I've probably not taken this path before because I don't want to take it, which tells me that previously encountered with this same decision, I probably also would not have wanted to take it then. That's so rude. That's so rude. I mean, totally legitimate and completely fine, but also rude. Alright, Smok and Shal. Thank you for that. Statistics. May I have some more statistics, please? Actually, I think there is something I should double back for. Right, wasn't something dropped? No? Alright, never mind. My bad, I guess. It's pretty hard to get behind those skulls for the appropriate crits. It won't be hard, however, to get behind the boss to do the same later on. Getting a little ahead of ourselves. There's a couple rooms between there and now. Anyone down here for us? I was hoping that there'd be a little bit of money down there. A wee bit of dosh. Maybe someone dropped their pocket change, I don't know. Just something along those lines. Perfect. Alright. Couple more favors, please. Our damage stat is out of control. Absolutely out of control. Is this going to be one of those single room fights? I like these. Fighting a bunch of waves in the same room, excuse me. When you don't have reptilian hunger, these rooms are so important for your income. Because you can keep up the greed kill bonus the entire time by just playing thoughtfully. -10 to the gold offering cost of something as well as possible. Nah. No, I think we're fine. Just a really good opportunity to pick up more damage. Hey, speaking of a really good opportunity to pick up more damage, let's upgrade the ceremonial dagger to level 7. Come on. Give me a relic shrine that gives me another level on that weapon or an upgrade. That'd be just... Let's get to level 8. Let's do it. What do you got? Nothing for us, evidently. What do you got? Nothing for us, evidently. I'm going this thing. Hang on. Stand here, take that out, monopolize the middle of the arena. Then we can go. I know I've left a small pile of gold there, but I don't want to backtrack over that many things. There's only so many risks I can take before it's just unwise to be taking risks with the amount of greed kills that I already have. Plus 20% base damage for daggers as well as 4 perception. That's what we're looking for. Oh my god. I guess instead of the Sishal's pendant. So we're losing 2 perception in order to gain plus 20% damage overall with daggers. And it's gonna work an absolute treat. Because this is just a gold exploration room, I think. It's too large to be a shrine of any kind in my mind. Thank you for giving me the time to just work through all that. Much appreciated. Don't need that 9 constitution. Alright, boss. You and I. Bloodlust. Totally fine with that. Oh, serpent, dark avatar thereof. Oh! Come on. Let me get behind you. There we go. That's what I wanted. I think I actually just... Yeah, I think I actually just go straight for the boss. Wonder how that one's gonna work for us. It worked very well for him indeed. There we go. Ratyapu was actually the majority of the damage that we took, and that was because I was a little too close for the old Beyblade maneuver that the boss does there. Perfect. One more blood emblem to collect. Obsidian Stiletto, eh? Blazing Blade and Bob Javelin. Interesting. Obviously, Ceremonial Dagger here as well. There's a Titan Slayer there that already does plus 20% base damage as well as 20% base damage extra against uninjured enemies. So that's a really good fight initiator against elites. But are we still going to want a good fight initiator in the two-handed slot against elites when we get to the second floor of the Eagle Temple? Who knows? I certainly don't, but for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Curse the Dead Gods. So hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content, the game past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.